NASCAR is removing the rookie stripe for the 2025 season. We got a cool announcement about the NASCAR 25 video game that's coming out this year. Plus, let's talk about who the top 10 merch sellers were for 2024. I'm sure you'll never guess who number one was. Welcome back to Break Hard. I'm Matt. So remember last year, Brad Keselowski, RFK, had the King's Hawaiian Roll sponsorship. We love to see consumable products that fans can go out and buy, be sponsors, because they can show their support. Well, King's Hawaiian has left RFK Racing, and they've now headed over to Joe Gibbs Racing on a multi-year deal, and they will sponsor the number 11 car for Denny Hamlin in 4 races in 2025, to which Denny tweeted out, "I'm ready to butter some buns," which he at least has done 3 times confirmed, and maybe even more times than that, but certainly a funny tweet in regards to his sponsorship deal. Obviously, the 11 car is lost FedEx. It appears they've also lost Mavis Tire. They're going to have to piece together a sponsorship package for Hamlin this year as he looks to win that ever-elusive NASCAR Cup Series championship. Let's get into today's news, though. We'll start with what came out on Tuesday, and it wasn't necessarily NASCAR putting this out there, but rather a paint scheme designer saying that NASCAR is taking away the rookie stripes in all 3 series for the 2025 season. Jeff Gluck from The Athletic reached out to NASCAR, who did confirm that the rookie stripes have been removed for this season. Gluck tweeted out the response that he got from NASCAR, and it says, quote, "NASCAR says the reason for no more rookie stripes is they're unnecessary. There's no need to signify a rookie driver given these are the highest levels of stock car racing." That's what NASCAR had to say. Listen, I'm not about to get worked up over rookie stripes. On the things that I care about, rookie stripes don't even come close. It's next to like Justin Bieber unfollowing his wife on Instagram, or whether or not my neighbor Mark drank enough water. Personally, I don't really care. It doesn't affect the on-track product, so who cares if the rookie stripes are on there or not? Yeah, it was a way to signify that this is somebody's first year, but honestly, does it make people race any different around them? Not at this point, because there's certainly people without rookie stripes that are more of a liability on the racetrack than majority of the rookies are. You can maybe make an argument for it in the truck series, but even at that, you have so many young drivers and so few veteran drivers that it's really not doing anything to signify too much of what's happening out there. So yeah, I'm not going to get up in arms over whether or not there are rookie stripes on a car or not. It does make sense considering NASCAR opened up the bumper area on these cars to be able to sell sponsorship at. So getting rid of it, I'm just not about to get all up in arms over it. I know some people are. I know some people on the internet are like, NASCAR's putting their efforts into this instead of fixing what's wrong with the sport. There's not much effort that went into this. They're like, hey, we're not going to do it. Okay, easy enough. Yeah, if you make it to the Cup Series, whether you're a rookie or not, yeah, I can get behind not wanting or not needing a rookie stripe, because like you've made it to the top tier of stock car racing in the world. So why do we really need to signify that you're a rookie? And chances are you probably have made some select starts at times too, or you came up from the Xfinity Series where you maybe won some races. Granted, there's people that move up that certainly haven't won races, but yeah, I'm just not about to get too worked up over it. But if you want to, let me know in the comments what you think about it. One thing that I will get fired up about, though, is the announcement that we got from iRacing and NASCAR on Wednesday about the NASCAR 25 video game, which will come out in this fall, so later this year. Are we going to get it before GTA 6? Who knows? But one thing we do know is we are getting the ARCA Menard series in a video game, in a console video game. And heck, we might even get it before GTA 6, which would certainly be one of the bigger achievements, I think, in the video game world that nobody literally cares about. But it is very cool that iRacing's NASCAR 25 console video game will have all 4 of NASCAR's series in it, all 4 of NASCAR's national series in it. The Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, as well as the ARCA Series. That's really, really cool. It's like Dirt to Daytona, just without the dirt part in 2025. It's still very cool that this is happening. I know some people are like, bring back the modifieds. Listen, I understand the people in the Northeast love modifieds. People on the East Coast, might like their modifieds. The rest of the country does not care about modifieds. Having it in a video game would be cool, but if you really want to play them, like I said, Dirt to Daytona or head over to iRacing and play over there. But this console game, having ARCA and then being able to work your way all the way up from there to the Cup Series is really cool in my opinion. And reading the press release that they put out there, or at least that iRacing did, the career mode seems to be pretty extensive. You'll start in your backyard garage in the ARCA Series and then try to work your way up to the Cup Series from there. You'll be able to hire staff, expand your facility, stability, sign new contracts, get more money, and eventually, hopefully, maybe make it to the NASCAR Cup Series and become a NASCAR Cup Series champion. I think that's one thing that everybody has wanted out of this new console video game, which is a legitimate career mode to go all the way through. Think about the F1 games and how good the career mode has been there in recent years. Now we're going to hopefully get that on the NASCAR side of thing. And I would really love to have an active driver market too, where drivers switch teams during the offseason, a lot like we see in the Formula One game as well. I think it just adds another level of realism to it. And hey, who knows? Maybe we see Denny Hamlin race at Hendrick Motorsports or something like that, something that you're never going to see in the real world, but it could maybe happen there. I saw a lot of people talking about how they hope that this has an iRacing feel to it. I know I'm probably maybe in the minority here, but when it comes to a console video game, I want a game I can just pick up the controller, sit down on the couch and play. I don't want to have to worry about getting a wheel out. I don't have to worry about going super extensive with setups. I want something I can just, hop in and do a race or two in the evening and then, call it a day. Not like iRacing where I'm worried about the setup if it's not a fixed race, and then having to go through practice and all the things with that. If I want to do that, if I want the sim experience, then I'll just go hop on iRacing, which I don't have an active subscription right now because I'll be honest, as much as fun as iRacing can be, it sucks at the same time, just with the amount of nonsense you have to put up with from the people on there. However, the IndyCar series on iRacing, hands down the best series out there. I've never had a bad experience on the IndyCar side of things, always respectful racing over there. The NASCAR side of things, can't say that I've had that, but I am a two-time ARCA winner and a Truck Series winner as well on iRacing. So that can certainly qualify me for an Xfinity Series ride at this point. We'll see how it plays out. But I really do like the fact that they're going to have all four series in this video game. That is a win for everybody. And I'm excited to see what this game is going to look like. Steve Myers, who is the president of iRacing, tweeted out a few months ago that he's played, kind of the development version of it, and he's really liked it so far. Love to hear that. But he also said, today that if teams want to be involved in this game, to reach out to him and his team, and they'll set up a time in Daytona to kind of, meet and go over everything. And as of recording this, he tweeted out that he's got 17 different teams that have already reached out to him. These are non-chartered teams. The charter teams for the Cup Series are already a part of it. Now, hopefully for the Xfinity Truck and ARCA, teams, this is their opportunity to be in the video game. And I absolutely love that so much. I want to play Ed Pompa in the ARCA series going forward. But really cool. Hopefully people are as excited about it as I am and the people over at iRacing. All right, Adam Stern from the Sports Business Journal tweeted out who sold the most merch at trackside and online in 2024 amongst drivers and brands. And I'll be honest, I don't think any of you are going to guess Chase Elliott sold the most, because he absolutely did. Once again, NASCAR's most popular driver, although I still will contest that, sold the most amount of merch trackside and online in 2024. The number 2 on that list, NASCAR brand. That really caught me by surprise. However, I say that as I'm wearing a NASCAR brand t-shirt from the Chicago street race. I'm wondering if they also throw in Daytona, Martinsville, Darlington track merch in there as well. Because if that is true, then yeah, they definitely sold a ton of that, and a decent bit of it to me as well. We actually bought a lot of Chicago stuff. Now that I'm thinking about it, I got a Chicago sweatshirt, 2 Chicago shirts. We have Chicago rain jackets as well. We have a fair bit of Chicago branded merchandise in this household because of the torrential downpour that happened on Sunday, but also did get some Martinsville stuff as well. Regardless, NASCAR being, number 2 on that list, kind of surprising there. Number 3, again, no surprise, Kyle Larson sold a ton of merch at the racetrack. I still stand by the fact that I see more Kyle Larson merch at the track now than I do Chase Elliott. Kyle Larson has a ton of fans out there, and they are all wearing that number 5 HendrickCars.com stuff, or you get some people out there in his dirt racing stuff as well. Ross Chastain coming in at number 4. A bit of a surprise there for the Watermelon Man. Although Florida is a big state, they want to support their own Florida man. Number 4, though, that's pretty high up on the list, but he does have his own merch trailer, and he sells a lot of merch at that. Number 5 is Kyle Busch. The RCR driver continues to move a plethora of merchandise at the racetrack, although they do share, or he rather shares, a interesting hauler as well. But for him, that is big time, and you still expect Kyle Busch to sell a ton of merch even without that M&M's sponsorship. Number 6 is Ryan Blaney. Again, I actually would have expected him to be a little bit higher on that list than number 6, but you do see a lot of Ryan Blaney merchandise at the racetrack as well. Number 7 is actually a surprise, Joey Logano. I don't know if people are hopping on the Joey Logano bandwagon like they did with the Patriots and now the Chiefs or the Lakers and the Warriors or something like that, but seeing him at number 7 was a bit surprising to me, because all I ever hear at the racetrack is him getting mercifully booed out of the entire place. Number 8, Martin Truex Jr. Not a surprise there. Retiring at the end of the 2024 season. Bass Pro Shops, one of the few older guys that is left. He certainly has a number of different fans, although he does drive a cheating Yoder, so that is a little questionable for some people out there, but he still has a pretty good legion of fans. And then you have William Byron, checking in at number 9. That honestly feels about where he should be at. There's nothing, that is outstandingly cool about William Byron, but there's also nothing that's really bad about William Byron. William Byron is kind of Jimmy Johnson in his heyday. He's there. He's in the middle, kind of vanilla, but he's going to go out there and get you results on the racetrack. However, that team really needs to start winning throughout the year and not just at the beginning of the year, which hopefully they figure out in 25. And then coming in at number 10 is Denny Hamlin. Not surprised here, but also kind of, just because Denny's a guy that's aging a little bit. He is not popular amongst the diehards and the fan base. And for him to be number 10 on that list is, it's different. I expected maybe Bubba or even Tyler Reddick to be higher up just because they've done a better job of connecting with that younger crowd. But hey, Denny Hamlin's got fans out there, which is definitely cool. Number 11 is Daniel Suarez, though. No shock there, and would have expected him to be a little bit higher. Going to Mexico this year, Daniel Suarez might just crack the top 10 that day alone. Just selling out that weekend might just put him into the top 10, and he doesn't have to worry about the rest of the year, because I think they are going to move a ton of merch down in Mexico for Daniel Suarez. And then just going through the rest of the list, number 12, Tyler Reddick, 13, Bubba Wallace, 14, Alex Bowman, and 15 is Brad Keselowski. All guys that you kind of expect to be in that range there. So yeah, pretty cool list. I always like when they put out, who sold the most merch. Last year, they included some of the retired drivers. Dale Earnhardt was number 8 on the list last year. They are still selling Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr. merchandise, Mark Martin, Tim Richmond merchandise at the racetrack, but it did not rank into the top 15, or they didn't take into account this year. So Chase Elliott sold the most merch. No shock there. So let me know in the comments what you think about removing the rookie stripes, the NASCAR video game, and the top 15 merch sellers trackside and online in 2025. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on TikTok for at least another 72 days at Break Hard, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Break Hard Blog.